All right, welcome to Strong and Steady, and I'm Molly, and let's go ahead and get started. Just standing up nice and tall. So we're going to get into our nice tall mountain pose. You're going to anchor your feet down into the earth, get your toes straight ahead, knees straight ahead. Then I want you to just kind of slightly lift up on your kneecaps. When you do that, you kind of are pulling apart through your inner thigh and then squeezing in through your hips. And then you're going to want to pull up and in through your navel area, up and in towards your spine. And then from there, let's just go ahead and get really tall. Crown of the head reaching for the sky. And I want everyone to do one big shoulder roll around and then get your shoulders back behind you and just let them settle down behind and relax them. And then wiggle out your fingertips. All right, now let's go ahead and take in a nice big deep breath and reach both arms up overhead. Get as tall as you can. And then bring your arms down and exhale. All right, let's do that one more time. Nice big deep breath. This time you're going to leave them up there. Inhale. And then we're going to do a little apple picker, which basically means you're going to come down with one arm, reach up with the other. So we're just picking some apples off of the tree. You're going to pull the elbow, reach the fingertips, get as deep as you can, all the way down into your hip. If your hip will allow you to do that. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. All right, both hands up and bring them both down. All right, let's go ahead and just shake out our wrists. Go one direction and then go the other direction. All right, and now let's take those arms and we're going to take the backs of the hands, press them behind you, palms facing forward, and we're just going to press the backs of the hands behind us as we look up to the sky, taking a nice big deep breath. Get as open as you can in front. Now exhale, bring your arms in front, shake them out again. We're going to do that one more time. So take your backs of the hands, pressing behind you, palms facing front. Look up, get as tall as you can, lifting that chest up. Inhale, press those palms back a little more. And now exhale and bring it forward. Now, as we shake out our wrists this time, we're going to start to bring some movement to our feet. So get those hands loosened up and start to move your feet side to side. Feet are a little wider than your hips now. And we're just getting a little bit of movement through the hips, through the ankles, through the knees. And now we're going to add the shoulder. So you're just going to do a nice little shoulder circle. Each shoulder, just take it nice and slow and controlled, getting a little bit bigger each time. Increasing that range of motion. 2 more on like this. And now we're going to pull the elbow into it. So now you're drawing elbow circles. And get a little bigger each time. 4, 3, 2. Now let's take it all the way around. If this doesn't bother your arm, do a big arm circle all the way around. 4, 3, 2. Let's place the hands on the hips. Keep the feet going. And now we're going to add a little push with the hands. So we're going to take opposite hand, opposite foot. We're going to extend and push. So you're pushing with the hand, extending the toe. Getting a little rotation through here. So it's rotating through the core, rotating through your waist. And now let's press it overhead. Press it up. Press it up. All right, we got 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, go back out front. This time I want you to press a little bit harder. Really think about something being in your way. You got to push it out of the way. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Now push it overhead. Really push it up this time. We're not just reaching, we're pushing. And we're going to do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hands down. Let's swing them side to side. All right, just swinging those arms side to side, get a little bit higher each time. Just go a little higher. 4, 3, 2, hands on the hips. All right, let's go ahead and take our heel, set it in front, right here. You're just tapping that heel in front. You can keep a wide stance. And now let's add a reach and pull. So you're going to reach and pull, reach and pull. Now, if you want to make this a little more intense, you bend it in just a little bit at the knee and really pull those elbows back behind you. for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna take those arms up and the knees up. So you're right here, about shoulder height with the arms, knees come up, and pull. Really press those elbows back for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now pull from the sky. So pull down and down. Unless it hurts your shoulder, then go back to doing it from out front. And now let's go for 5, 4, good. 3, 2, hands down, march it out. All right, go ahead and just keep marching for a minute. And with our march, we're gonna get our knees a little bit higher. Get those arms pumping a little bit higher. Really just get those arms pumping, knees lifting, crown of the head reaching for the sky. All right, so now we're gonna take it down into a little bit of a crouch. So we take it down, you bend down through the knees a little bit, keep the chest lifted, arms are still pumping, and bring it back up tall. Nice and tall, high knees, big arms. All right, 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna change the arms up a little bit. We're gonna roll them out front like this. So you're gonna roll them, one right over top of the other, and then do your little crouch down. And then come on up. Roll your arms now up overhead. And you're nice and tall. Knees are coming up high. Now let's go back down to our crouch. Reverse the direction of your hands. Go the other way. Woo. And let's bring it up last time, all the way up. It's harder to go this direction with my hands. All right, let's relax it. Shake it out. Go back to that step touch. Right now, we're gonna add this little, we're gonna take the finger, we're gonna reach across and then point it up. So you're gonna reach across, point it up. Got nice wide legs. Tapping that toe. And we're gonna do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Now we're gonna switch sides. You're gonna reach up, point it down to the other side. Reach up, point it down, reach up. All right, let's go for 5, and press, and 4, and press, 3, press, 2, last one. Go back to that march, and add the arms. High knees, take it overhead. Bring it down low. Reverse your hands, come back up. High knees. We're testing your coordination. All right, bring it back down. Last time. Back up, right here, stop midline, shake out your hands. And we're gonna go back to the step touch. All right, this time, instead of just pointing with your finger, you're gonna push. So you're gonna go push, 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 and push. All right, 5 more. Push, push. 4, 3, 2, last one. Let's switch arms. You're pushing up, pushing down, pushing up, pushing down. Good. Let's go for 5 more. 5, and 4, and 3, 2, last one. And let's march it out. All right, so now from this march, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna take 2 little dig steps forward twice, and then bring it back 4 steps. It looks like this. You go dig, dig. Now back it up for 4. Just march it back. Let's do it again. 2, 2. Back it up for 4. Let's do that 2 more times. Dig, dig. And back it up. 1 more time. Dig, 2. Back it up. And march it out, high knees. Get nice and tall. Add those little arm circles, high knees. Now take it down into your crouch. All right, back up, nice and tall. But now shake out your wrists. And we're gonna go back to the point. And press, and press. You either point or press. You get to choose. We got 3 more. 3, 2. All right, let's switch arms. So it's press, and press, press, and press, and press. 3 more. and 2. Last one, and march it out, and right into our dig steps. 2 right here, 2, 2. Back it up for 4. Let's do it again. Dig, 2. Back it up for 4. All right, we just got 2 more of those. Dig, 2. Back it up 4. 1 more of those. And back it up. And march it out. Add the arm circles. Bring it overhead. Bring it low. All right, now we're going to take it wide with our push. And push. 2 more. Let's switch arms. So it's push and down. And 3. And 2. 1 more. And stop in the center. March it out. And dig steps. Dig, 2. Back it up for 4. Let's do it again. Dig it up. And back it up for 4. Last one. We're just going to stop right here and march it out. Good. Excellent. Let's pick up our dumbbells. Mine are over here today. So with your dumbbells, I always like to move at the same time I'm doing my strength. So that's why I've added those tap backs and the lunges, but you don't have to do those with me. If you choose, you can just do it from a tall standing position. Just make sure you get your feet grounded and you get the crown of your head reaching for the sky. Otherwise, we're going to keep those elbows pinned in next to our rib cage, shoulders down and back, away from the ears. I'm going to start with just a couple basic dumbbell curls, up and down. Bring it up. Now, if you want to add the tap back with me, it's here. You just tap and forward, other leg, tap and forward. And you're controlling those weights the whole time. The biceps are doing the work. And if you want to make this a little more intense, to get that heart rate back up, you can step back a little bit deeper. You can even add just a slight lunge to it. Good. Just make sure you feel really comfortable with these if you're doing the lunge and that you're just not bothering your knees at all. All right, let's do 1 more each leg. Last one, come back up to center. Arms come down. Let's do a big shoulder roll. Get that nice stretch. Feel it all the way up into the neck. All right, now bring your palms up, elbows still pinned in by your ribs. But this time we're going to open the arms up here. And then we're going to close it up right here where you come right straight back to center. So arms have to be bent 90 degrees. And you don't want your weights way out here. You want to pin those elbows in alongside your ribs. Let's take it out to the side. Out and in. Add the tap out this time to the side. So tap and in, tap and in. And if you are so inclined, you could turn this into a little bit of a side squat and up. Squat and up. Just make sure you're putting the weight back in your heels, not up in front where your toes are, or your knees are coming out over the toes. Got to make sure the weight's going back over the heels. And let's go for a few more. Whew. All right, 3 more. 3, 2, last one right here. Back to center, arms come down. All right, let's go ahead and do that shoulder roll, really big. Get that full rotation and then let them just sink in the back. Feel that stretching, let those weights kind of just pull you down a little bit towards the earth. And then we're gonna do our triceps. So elbows are gonna be up. We've got the chicken wings behind us. Shoulders are down away from the ears. So in other words, you don't want them up here. Shoulders are down, elbows are back. And we're gonna press back and bring it in. Now add the tap back if you like. It's tap and in. And tap and in. Elbows stay high. Shoulders stay down and back. Keep your core engaged. Pulling that navel in towards the spine. You can always make this into a lunge if you prefer. Just taking it back a little deeper. A little deeper. Good. Whew. Couple more. 2 more. Last one. And stop right here. Arms come down. And you got it. Shoulder roll. Gotta get that nice opening stretch right through there. All right, so we're gonna add one today. We haven't done this for a long time. So what it's gonna be is, it's gonna be where you get into a little bit of a hip hinge, and then so basically a hip hinge, I'll do from the side. Standing up tall, and then you're gonna hip hinge forward. Which basically means you're just hinging right here from the hip. The weight goes into your heels. So you don't wanna be doing this with your back all kind of curved forward like this. You keep the crown of your head nice and straight out away from the tailbone. All right, so we're gonna start here. When you take your pinky side of your hand behind you, right here, and your arms are straight, so get your elbows as straight as you can get them. And then we're gonna press it up for 8 little pulses. 7, 6, 5, 4, really press it. 3, 2, let's bring it down. Come up tall. We're gonna do another one of those at that pace. I'll face you guys now. Standing up tall, then hip hinge forward. Knees can be softened. Now take that pinky side of your hand, raise it up behind you, and 8 pulses for 8, 7, 6, 5. Chest is still up, eyes are still straight ahead. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down by your side, come up tall. Good. All right, now the next one we're gonna do, we're gonna go back down there in that same position, but instead of pressing straight up, we're gonna press up and together. So it will look more like you're gonna be here, hip hinge, and then when you come up, you're gonna be scissoring your hands towards each other like that. Okay, you guys ready? Let's go up tall, hip hinge forward, chest is lifted, knees are soft, arms are straight back, get those elbows really straight, pinky side of the hand is up, and now scissor them in, right here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring them down, stand up tall. 1 more of those. So hip hinge forward, chest still stays up, arms go back, nice and straight through the elbow, and now press them in towards each other like a little scissor. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, let's bring that back down. And let's just do one big shoulder roll with the weights. Again, just to get that nice deep stretch all the way down with those hands. Let it just sink. Whew, good. All right, let's set the weights aside. And today we'll pick up our resistance band and go into whether you like the goddess pose, which is also known as like a horse. So it's this in yoga. You can do this, or you could just be in a chair. You could just be sitting in a chair with your feet straight ahead, or you could sit in a chair with your feet like this. You get to choose. Not everybody feels comfortable with their knees out like that. That's why I'm giving you the option to either do it in a chair, or you could just do it with your feet and knees straight ahead and just not use your legs. So those of you that are doing it in the goddess, your legs are wide. You're gonna bend your knees so your knees and toes are both going the same direction. You get into this position, you're pulling open here, tucking down the tailbones, you're squeezing your glutes, all right? You're pressing down through the feet. And so from here, you're getting a lot of work through your hips, thighs, pretty much the whole stability area of your hip area. So let's take that band now up overhead. We're gonna be like a star, but work down in our little squat to begin with. And we're gonna go down a little deeper, and then you're gonna bring your arms down into a W. So we're gonna hold this W for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now everybody go up with the band and the legs. Good, now you're in your star, and let's go back down. So back down into that little plie squat. Elbows come down so you look like a really wide W. Elbows are pulling behind you, so that's pulling down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back up. All right, a couple more at that pace. Bring it back down. Really slow. You're really squeezing those muscles. It's your lats, basically, the ones right at the base of your arm where it meets your back. 3, 2, 1. All right, we only have 1 more at this pace. Bring it up. We're getting all those muscles activated. Pull it down again. And hold it. Squeeze those elbows down and back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, come up. And give your arms a little break. You can bring your arms down. You could do some little shoulder rolls, whatever feels good to you right now. You could even walk your feet in if it's bothering you to be that wide. I'm gonna stay wide. And we're gonna do one more set with a wide stance, but like I said before, you don't have to do the legs. You can just do the arms with us. And if you're doing the arms from a seated position, it's gonna be exactly the same as us standing. If you're doing it from a standing position but not wide, you're not gonna bend your knees. You're just gonna stay up tall. So it would look like you're just gonna be like this, all right? And the rest of us will be here, and then we're gonna bend our knees. So we're gonna be in what's like a goddess pose. So your elbows are bent 90 degrees, knees are bent, and then we're just gonna tip over to the side, one side, and bring it back up tall, and then tip to the other side. Remember, these can be done without having the knees involved, or they can be done from a chair. We're really just focusing on getting some stretch and some strength right through our waistline. But because we have our legs involved, we're also working our glutes and hips. All right, let's do 4 more. 4, 3, my glutes and hips are burning. 2, okay, we got 1 more. And let's bring it up, arms come down, bring your feet together. Good, let's just go ahead and shake out the legs. So just kind of take your ankle, if that feels good, roll it around one way and then go the other way. Give your legs whatever love they need right now. Take the other foot, do the same thing, or whatever that foot needs. Some people, maybe you want to open up your hip and get a little stretch through there. Other people, you might want to feel a stretch there. Just whatever your hips need right now if you're doing all those goddess squats. All right, so now we're going to stand on our band and get both feet evenly spaced on the band so you have the same amount of resistance on either side. And then you're gonna stand up tall. If you know your band isn't very resistant, you're gonna cross your hands over and place your hands on your hips, pulling your shoulders down away from your ears, elbows pulling back, and then straighten out your knees, get up really, really, really tall. All right, so we're gonna start in this nice tall standing position, and then we're gonna take a bunch of little, probably 8 to 10 baby steps going to the right. So you're gonna step together. Now, make sure your toes stay straight ahead. Your knees stay straight ahead, all right? So no toeing in or toeing out. If it means that you have to stop and go slower, then that's what you need to do, because it's all about training that hip to keep you in alignment. All right, let's go back the other way. Whew. And you also want to be sure not to use a lot of momentum. So if I were wanting to just rock through these like this, I could, but you want to try to limit the rocking motion, keeping tall. Ooh, 1 more step. Good, all right, relax your arms. Nice job, you guys. We're gonna do 1 more set of those, and you get to choose. If you like the resistance where you were at, then put it back where it was. If you need to change your resistance, let's say you had your hands on the outside without crossing it, then cross it if you wanted a little bit higher, or if it was too much, then uncross. So now back to that same position, nice and tall. All right, we're gonna try to keep, also the thing to keep an eye on is that your knees don't cave in. So you do wanna pull apart those knees. You want those toes to go straight ahead, keep the knees in alignment. Let's take it to the right. So you step together, step together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see if we can do 2 more this way. 9, 10, go back the other way. And 8 more. Good. 3, 2, 1 more. All right, last one. Release your band, take it out from underneath your feet. Good, and we're gonna set the band aside. So now we have warmed up our hips, and now we're going to have our chair handy. So you're gonna be standing at the chair from the side, and we're gonna do a little series for our glutes and our core at the same time. So we're gonna stand up nice and tall, get your nice tall standing posture, knees straight ahead, toes straight ahead. Do a little bit of a pelvic tilt, pull your navel in towards your spine, crown of the head reaches for the sky, and then let's reach up just like we did at the beginning of class. Inhale, and then as you exhale, you're gonna bring your arms down, and then you're gonna forward fold. So you're just bending from the hip, and place your hands down on the seat. So the wrist should be directly under the shoulder and the ankle should be directly under the hip. Now from this position, you could probably stand to be here a while, but if you're feeling compression or pain in your low back right here, then the trick to being able to do it for a long period of time is really getting this pelvic tilt, pulling that navel up. And if you want to see the difference, look at my back. This would be me in a sway back. I wouldn't be able to hold that very long. It's going to start to compress my spine. I want to be here. So make sure that you can get your abs pulled up and in and get that nice flat back, and you will not feel the compression in your low back. All right, now from here, let's go ahead and extend one leg behind us. You're just going to take one leg back, get it as high and level with your hip as you can, but if you can't get it all the way up there, it's fine. Just try to keep it level. In other words, I'm not rocking my hip up and opening it. I'm keeping it level to the floor, flexing through that foot. So we're going to hold this for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Let's go to the other leg. Take it up, flex that foot, and we're going to press the heel as far away from you as you can. You're just really pushing through that heel, keeping those hips level. 3, 2, 1. Let's set that one down and go to the first leg that we started on. Extend it back. All right, so you've got your leg behind you now. Test yourself and see if you can raise the opposite arm. So if your left leg is back, raise your right arm. Keep the crown of the head extending away from the tailbone. Keep your navel pulling up and in towards your spine. Fingertips are now extending as far away from your heel as possible. We're going to hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Set that hand down, foot down. And we'll go to the other side, lifting that leg up, flexing that foot, getting that nice sensation of the heel pressing away, the glutes firing up. You're pulling your navel up and into your spine, reaching your arm out, and holding it here, pressing that heel away from the fingertips. And let's hold that for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's set that down. And now we'll give ourselves a little break by softening through your knees, but putting the weight behind you so you can actually get the weight back in your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. Hands are still on the seat, but you're going to continue to get that weight behind you. And then walk your fingertips out to the other edge of the seat. This should feel like a pretty good stretch for your back, maybe your arms, right up under your arms a little bit, kind of in the armpit region, right into your back where it connects to the arm. Just hold it here. Even let your head be heavy. Your head can even sink a little bit towards the seat. Let's hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's come back up and stop right here. You still have your knees bent, but we're going to give our legs a break by bringing hands to heart center and pushing up into tall mountain pose. All right, let's start at the beginning. Reach up, inhale. And exhale, arms come down, forward fold. Now we're going to bring a little bit more movement into this, hands to the seat. We're going to extend a leg, extend an arm. Now, if this is all you want to attempt, is this holding it statically, you can, or you can take it with us and work the core a little more by bringing the elbow and the knee together, crunching them in, extending them out, crunching them in, extending it out, crunch it in, extend it out. 4 more, bring it in, extend. Remember, you can always go back to just holding it static or putting a hand down. 1 more, crunch it in, extend. Good, let's set both of those down and switch to the other leg. Make sure you have your nice flat back and extend your leg out. Keep your flat back, so that means you don't want to get this saggy back. You want to have the belly pulling up. Make sure those fingertips are extending away, opposite side. And now pull it in, so you're crunching in and extending long. Crunching in and extending long. When you crunch into the center, it's important to really squeeze, kind of like you're trying to get the rib cage to touch the pubic bone, actually. All right, 3 more, reach it out. 2 more, reach it out. Last one. Crunch it in, reach it out. Good, let's set that down and sink into your heels. Weight goes behind you. One more pose from the child's pose position. We're gonna walk those fingertips out. This might be as far as you get, that's okay. Just let your head drop. If that's all you get to, let your head be heavy. Or for some of you, you might be able to walk your fingertips a little further and really get that stretching through the back of the arms. All right, and if it feels good, you can even wiggle your hips a little bit side to side. Just kind of shifting the weight onto one hip and then the other, just slightly bending one knee more than the other. All right, 2 more breaths. And when you're ready, go ahead and soften again. So your weight's going behind you, hands are coming back to the front of the seat. And hands to heart center. And let's stand up nice and tall. All right, good job, you guys. That was working some really good core. Pick up 1 dumbbell. And we're gonna now finish the core from standing. So from a standing position, you'll have a chair handy. You'll have 1 dumbbell standing up nice and tall. We're gonna place that dumbbell right on that shoulder here, taking that leg out to the side, same side as the shoulder. And then you're gonna open this up. You wanna get a really nice open stretch here. And then we're gonna try to close it up out to the side. So you're bringing it together and then you're opening it back up. All right, let's pull it together, open it back up. Get that really nice deep extension when you open it here. Deep extension, close it up. Deep and close. All right, let's do 3 more. Open, close, 2. Last one, get nice and deep through this part. And now crunch it up to the side. Good. Set your foot down, elbow comes back up. Now this inside leg is going to be the one that comes out to the side, pointing your toes, standing up tall. We're not going to let this hip sink. So this is a sunk hip. That's a weak hip. We want that hip to come up. We want the hip over the knee over the ankle. Okay, so you're stabilizing on that leg. This elbow stays high, weight stays on the shoulder for now. And then we're going to cross it over elbow to knee. And then open it back up and close it to the center. Open it up and bring it in and open. Good. And bring it in and open. All right, 4, 3, 2, last one, and open it up. All right, for those of you that want to, we're going to do 1 more set of these, and you can add a shoulder press. You don't have to add the shoulder press, but basically what it is, we're going to go back into doing the crunch. And then you press up overhead. We're going to do 8 of these. So bring it in. If you're not doing the shoulder press, you're just leaving that weight right on your shoulder where you had it. Good. 6, 5. Don't let that hip sink. 4, you might start to burn. If you need to take a break, it's better than letting it sink. 2. Okay, 1 more. And bring that arm down. Switch sides. Be on the other side. All right, so weight comes right up to the shoulder, standing up nice and tall. Now we're going to be anchoring on this hip to begin with, so the other leg will come out to the side. Elbow comes up nice and high, get that nice open extension right here, feel the stretch, and then we're going to close it up. Then you're going to open it up, get that nice deep stretch, close it up. Open it and close it, good. Open, 6 more. Open, don't let the hip sink, remember that. Has to be nice and firm. And 3, open, 2, open, and 1 more, open it up. Good, crunch it up. And set that foot down, weight stays right up at the shoulder. Now we're gonna anchor through this hip. This leg comes out to the side, standing up really tall, lift that elbow, get this nice cross extension from side to side, and then we're gonna pull it together, center, and then open it back up. Pull it together, center, open it back up. Good, pull it together, and open. Pull it together, and open. All right, we got 6 more, and open. and 5, and 4, woo, 3, 2, last one. Then we're going to take a little break, and then you're going to choose whether or not you're using your dumbbell or not. We got another set of 8 on this side. Leg comes out, elbow comes up, and crunch it in. Now you can choose to extend if you like, and then pull it in and press. Pull it in and press. Good. 6, 5, press. 4, 3, press. 2, last one, and press it up. Good, let's bring it down. Set your dumbbell off to the side. All right, so let's do a little stretching for our legs. So you can be behind your chair facing me. I'm gonna do it from the side so you see me a little better. So standing up nice and tall, we're gonna take one leg. So I'll start with my left leg, stepping my foot forward almost under the seat. Taking the other leg back at least 12 to 18 inches, maybe a little further for some of you. And then we're gonna get up nice and tall through the spine. So the crown of the head is reaching for the sky. And then that leg that you brought forward, you're gonna bend that knee and try to touch the back of the chair with it. All while you're trying to keep this heel to the earth, you're trying to keep the crown of the head reaching for the sky and just keep driving that knee in towards the seat, and you should start to feel a stretch in the calf back there, maybe the hip flexor right here. Wherever you feel it is where you need it. And if you're noticing that your toe is trying to angle out like that, angle your toe back in perfectly straight ahead. That will get that stretch deeper into your calf. All right, let's hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come back, switch legs. So bring the other leg forward, the other leg back, as deep as you need to go. And then you're gonna press that heel down behind you. Make sure the toe's going straight ahead. Crown of the head's reaching for the sky, and then we're gonna drive this knee forward towards the chair, standing up nice and tall, keeping the crown of the head reaching for the sky, trying to press that heel down and back, holding it there. You may feel that stretch in your hip flexor, you may feel it in your calf. If you want it to go a little deeper into your hip flexor, then squeeze your glute on that leg that's behind you. Just tighten that glute up and you'll go a little deeper. It'll be surprising. And hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's bring it up. Step your feet together. And now we're gonna walk our feet back so that you're a few feet behind the chair, just long enough that you're gonna hinge forward and get a nice deep stretch from here. So you're gonna be at a nice flat tabletop. And those of you that let your belly sink, pull your belly in. And we're gonna do a little bit of a cat-cow series. So I'm gonna have you arc your back up towards the sky, opening up between your shoulder blades. All right, now let your head and chest sink towards the floor, and then kind of look up over the back of your seat. Now you can let your belly sink. All right, let's do that again. You're gonna tuck the tailbone under, tuck the chin under, open up between the shoulder blades, tucking that chin under, feeling that stretch through your spine. All right, let's drop it back through center, lifting your tailbone, lifting the crown of your head. Last time here. Good, and then come back through center. Good. All right, back, walk your feet back up to the chair. And then from here, we've got a stretch for our hip. So you're gonna take one leg, place it behind the other leg at a crossed position, but side by side. And you're gonna stand up really tall. And then we're gonna take the leg, or the arm of the leg that's behind you, reaching it up for the sky. And then you're gonna reach it up as high as you can, and then lean across to the opposite side. And if it feels good and you want to try to go a little deeper, look up and rotate your chest up and open towards that elbow that's up. And holding it here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that arm down, switch legs. All right, other leg behind. Get up nice and tall. Plant your feet to the earth. And then bring that arm out to the side, reach for the sky. When you get as high as you can, inhale, and then see if you can tip it over to the side slightly. And if you want to go a little deeper, rotate your chest open towards that elbow that's up. And then look up towards your elbow, holding it there. 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Excellent. All right, so let's do some balance training. So take your shoes and socks off for this one. And unless you feel comfortable with your socks on, you can leave ones. Oh, I see a hand raised. Janet. I don't know how to read that, Janet, but maybe you didn't mean to do it. That happened one other time. If you do need me, unmute yourself and say whatever you need. All right, so we're going to go right into some balance training. So we want to start out just balancing basically on our 2 feet at the same time, just by shifting our weight forward and back. So standing up nice and tall, crown of the head is reaching for the sky. Now what I want you to do is I want you to kind of shift your weight onto your heels. Try to keep your balance and then shift your weight up onto the balls of your feet. Keeping your balance, crown of the head's reaching for the sky. Let's do that one more time. Come back onto your heels. You're kind of just swaying in the wind. You guys probably have had plenty of wind this winter, so you know what I'm talking about. We had like 25-mile-an-hour winds last night. Right now, forward, back onto the fronts of the feet, right onto the toes and the balls of the feet. See if you can lean it in just a little further this time. Good, all right, excellent. Now we're gonna take one leg, so you're gonna stand on one leg. If you have a chair handy, you might need it, you might not. You're gonna have one leg be your standing leg, and then the other leg, we're gonna bring the knee up, put a little bit of weight on your toe, stand up nice and tall. Now, if this is new for you or you feel out of balance, you can maintain this position here and just lift your toe up and down and see if you can balance with just lifting your toe. If you want to take it to the next level, you're going to bring your leg all the way up so your knee is up level with your hip. All right. And then from there, those of you that want to challenge yourself a little bit more, straighten your leg out and challenge yourself from there. So you can take any one of those variations. Toe to the ground, knee bent, or leg straight. Let's hold it for 3, 2, 1. Bring that in, step it down. Excellent. All right, we're going to do the other leg. So if you have to switch sides, but if you can just step away from your chair, that works too. Standing up nice and tall. All right, anchor yourself with this leg, crown of the head reaches for the sky. Anchor a little bit of weight on this toe. Try it from here. If this is all you got, stay right there. Otherwise, you're going to lift that foot up. And get your knee about level with your hip. Standing there. See if you want to challenge, then point your toe and straighten your leg out. Holding it there. All right, good job, you guys. 4, 3, 2. Let's bring it back down, step it down. All right, we're going to do something similar, but now our leg's going to go out to the side. So standing up nice and tall, anchor through this leg. You can tap your toe down. If you're just getting used to this, this is where you would rotate your leg out to the side, keeping your toe to the earth. If you want to take it to the next level, this is where you lift your leg up. Trying to keep your hips still square, straight ahead, leg out to the side. And if you want to test yourself, you can see if you can straighten your leg out. And hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it back in, step it down. Let's do the other side. Standing up nice and tall, anchor through this leg, toe comes up, a little bit of weight on that toe. Find your balance there, rotate open. This might be all you got. You might want to just test yourself there. If you know that's something you can move past, lift that leg up, out to the side, standing up nice and tall. Test yourself. My chair is going to be in the way. I could just cheat and put my foot on there. And hold your leg out to the side. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back in, step it down. We are giving our legs a little bit of a workout, and the feet and the arches and the ankles, all that's doing a lot of work. Guess what? We get to go behind now. So standing up tall, we're going to start with anchoring on this leg and a little bit of weight on the toe, and we will be taking the leg behind us. So to begin with, you just take your bent knee behind you. Now, the tricky part is that you're still pushing through with your hips here. All right, you don't want to sink those hips down. And then if you want to straighten your leg out, straighten it out, holding here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back in. Step it down. Good. Let's do the other leg. Standing up tall, anchoring through this leg. You're going to put a little bit of weight on your toes, standing up really, really tall. And those of you that are fairly new to this, just be patient with yourself. Get yourself really comfortable with this. And then take your leg behind you with the bent knee. And then if you want the challenge, press that leg back, pointing your toe, keeping the crown of the head nice and tall, reaching up for the sky. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring it in, step it down. All right, good job, you guys. Whew. All righty, so a little bit more stretching and then we'll be all done. So we're gonna face the chair from here. Take your leg that's closest to the back edge of the chair, and we're just gonna do a little hip flexor stretch. So for some of you, that might just be that you get to here and that's a stretch. For others, you may need to take your foot behind you a little further, which would be here. Just make sure your toes are going straight ahead. So toes that way, this toe, mine's a little crooked, straight ahead, right there. Okay, so you're gonna get up nice and tall. So from the tailbone up to the crown of the head, you're trying to keep this all nice and tall. All right, so from there, if that's a stretch for you, then stay right there. If not, let your hips sink in towards the floor or the chair, and then tighten up this glute. That'll get you a little deeper, right through the front of that thigh, right up into this hip. And let's breathe and hold this. So breathe in about nice 3 deep breaths. So have 1 more nice deep breath. Okay, now come on back, and then you're gonna take that foot, you're gonna anchor the heel down to the chair, and then come up tall. So now my toe wants to keep angling out, and that's just because I have a really tight muscle in that leg. Could also be for stability. So with this stretch, it's okay. Let your toe angle out a little bit if that's what it takes for you to feel stable. So have your heel anchored to the earth, press through with your hips. So this is tucking down and under. Navel's pulling up and in towards the spine, crown of the head's reaching for the sky. Pull your toes back towards you. Now hinge from the hip. So now you're pressing that chest forward. It's not about reaching the toes. It's mostly about pressing the chest forward, like you're trying to press your chest over the toes. And from there, you should be feeling a stretch in the hamstring. For some of you, maybe behind the knee. It could be you feel it down into your calf. All right, let's hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's come back up. Bring that foot down and switch sides. So other leg will be flat to the seat and toes going straight ahead. Heel is pressed to the earth and foot's flat. And then we're just going to drive this hip forward while we're trying to keep our spine going straight up to the sky. So you're tucking this tailbone under, pulling your navel in here, trying to keep that heel down. You might not be very deep. It's okay. This is my less deep side, but if you do tighten up your glute here, it should drop you down just a little deeper. And you'll know if it's your calf restricting you, you'll feel it in your calf. If it's your hip flexor that's limiting you, you won't go very deep. All right, let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Press back. Let's anchor that heel. Nice tall spine. And then we're going to pull those toes back towards us. And then from the hip, just hinge. Pressing that chest forward. And pulling those toes back up towards you. Nice flat back. We're going to hold this stretch. And breathing into it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's come back up and set your foot down. And then we'll come to the front of the seat. If you don't have a seat yet, we're going to do a nice slow descent into our chair. So have the chair right behind you so you know it's there. You can almost feel it with the back of your legs. Feet hip width distance apart. Knees are going to go straight ahead. And you can either put your hands to heart center or you can put your hands on your hips. Or if you already know you like doing it with your arms overhead, you can even do that version. So we're going to stand up tall. I want you to tighten your glutes. I want you to pull your navel in. I want you to push a little bit of pressure in on your hands and then extend the crown of the head up to the sky. Now, think about what you feel on your feet. Do you feel your feet engaging to the floor? Is it the toe beds? Is it the part of the toe right where it meets the foot? Is it your heel? Is it your toes? If it is your toes, just try to lift your toes up a little bit and make sure you're feeling the toe beds onto the earth. All right, let's go ahead and breathe in. And as we exhale, we're gonna hip hinge forward, just hinging, knees haven't bent yet. Now the weight's shifting onto the heels a little more. And then you're gonna just slowly lower yourself down into your seat. Go as slow as you like. I'm gonna try to do it in a count of 8. And I'm just slowly letting my weight go back into the seat. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, all right. Be at the front edge of the seat. And from the front edge of the seat, we'll do a nice little spinal twist. So you're gonna have your feet straight ahead. Knees obviously are gonna be straight ahead as well. And then you're gonna sit up super tall. So crown of the head's reaching for the sky. Take your left hand, reach for your right thigh, and then get your spine tall again. Now don't let your knees cave in, and don't let them swing out to the side. Try to keep them straight ahead. And you got that nice tall spine. Now reach for the back of the seat with your other hand, and then press the crown of the head up to the sky. It's all about getting longer and taller, not about how far you rotate. The rotation's important, but the length in your spine is way more important. So let's all take in a nice big deep breath. Get a little taller. And now as you exhale, see if you can go a little deeper into your twist. Let's do it again. Nice big deep breath in, get a little taller, lengthen. And as you exhale, see if you can go a little deeper. Good, and on this inhale, let's all come back through center and switching sides. All right, reach across for the opposite side. Sit up really tall. This tall spine is critical. Get that spine reaching for the sky, and then reach other hand behind you. You're gonna gently twist open to the side. Get that spine a little taller, taking a nice big deep breath, inhale. Then as you exhale, see if you can rotate just a little bit more. It doesn't have to be much, if at all. Now, again, lengthen. So breathe in, inhale, lengthen taller. Exhale, go a little deeper. And let's inhale back through center. Good. All right, let's take the feet wide now. So they're a little wider than your hips, quite a bit wider than your hips. And if you feel like you're falling off your seat, you can go back onto it just a little farther. So your feet are wide. And then what we're going to do is you're going to take your right hand and you're going to see if you can reach your left ankle. So you're reaching down. You should feel some stretching across your mid to low back right through here. You're reaching for that ankle. And then if this feels comfortable, take the other arm up and reach it up to the sky. All right, now let's bring that arm down and then come over to the other side. So now you're going to reach your left hand over to your right ankle, if that's comfortable, and then reach the other arm up. You should feel some stretching through your mid to low back, alternating sides. All right, let's lower that hand down and then put both hands on the tops of your thighs, tuck your chin under, and we're going to slowly roll it up. And then come up to a nice tall seated position and scoot yourself all the way to the back of the chair. All right, so from the back of the chair, we're going to open up the front of the body. So we're going to do the stretch. I love this stretch. You're going to just let your feet be. Mine never reach the floor, but hopefully yours do. If they do, just make sure your knees are straight ahead. And then we're going to take our hands out to the side. See if you can get a nice stretch first, reaching those fingertips as wide as you can. And then even open them up just a little bit wider, maybe pressing those hands back, just like we started class, pressing them back. All right, now inhale, bring your hands up behind your head. Exhale, place your hands right behind your head. Let your head just sink into those hands. And then you're just gonna get heavy through the head, letting those elbows go as wide as they can, letting that chest just open up to the sky. Looking up, resting in this position, yet stretching through the arms, through the chest, maybe all the way into your abdominals. Let's take in a nice big deep breath. And now exhale and go a little deeper, relax a little more. Look a little higher. All right, let's take in a deep breath again. This time, pull your elbows in towards you in front, and then you're gonna roll forward, bringing your elbows down towards your knees, tucking your chin in, rolling into a little ball. Feeling that stretch through your spine, all the way up into your cervical spine, all the way down maybe to your tailbone. All right, and go ahead and slowly come back up, releasing your arms back out to the side, bring them down all the way and relax. All right, we can wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, and then let's just do a little bit of extra work for our feet. I know we did the other day. So with your feet, you're just going to, I have to come off my seat in order to reach the floor, but you're going to put your feet on the floor and we're going to play the piano with our toes. So I really don't even know how to play the piano, but we're going to pretend. So you're going to start with your right foot, start with your pinky toe, and then just play right across each toe, and then go to the other foot, play each toe. Go back to the right, play each toe. So try to do it nice and slow and intentional. You're going to start with the pinky toe, which is really hard for me, and then do all the way across to the big toe. One more time, other side. Good. All right, now take your big toes and see if you can lift them independently from the rest of your toes. Ooh, it's harder than it looks. So you're lifting your big toes. All right, now set them down. Now see if you can lift all the toes up, including the big toe. Get them as high as you can and then spread them out. Spread those toes out as big as you can. You're going to notice a lot of little weird things about your feet if you're anything like me, where I look down and I'm like, why does my right foot do all of it almost perfectly and my left foot does nothing? So we're basically trying to work some of the, I have kinks in my foot, so you guys get to play a part. Working kinks out of our feet. All right, and relax them. All right, so now we're going to stretch our feet. So if you're able to do this, you're going to take your leg up here, and then you're just going to take a hold of the bottom of your foot. Now, if this for some reason isn't comfortable for you, you don't have to do these, but it's all about taking those toe beds and just kind of pulling them back towards you. So you're trying to get a little stretching through the bottom of your foot here. You're just pulling those toes back towards you. Let's hold it for 3, 2, 1. So let that go and switch feet. And bring it up. And have that foot up here. And see if you can grab a hold of that toe bend on that side. See, this is the side I need. So I don't know about you guys, if this feels good to you, if you feel any kind of stretching or pulling right through here in your arch, you want to have a nice little stretch there. If you need to, you can even wiggle your foot back and forth, get a little deeper. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's release that. And we are all done for today. Thanks for joining me. And if you want to unmute, you can. I'm going to get my keyboard. All right. I need one of those chairs they have in churches that has the little shelf underneath. I can keep all my toys. So don't forget next week, 10:30 instead of 11:15 for class.
Thank you.
And we
All
sign
right,
up exactly the same way.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.